Hello walls! I know, we have a different kind of setup of background, whatever, but that's just because I want to do something different this time. And let me tell you, I'm gonna face the truth. The ultimate truth. Okay, so what I'm gonna do today is actually see how many unread books I have on my shelves and which one. And I'm gonna stack them over there, which you cannot really see properly, whatever, but I'm gonna try to show you everything at the end, and we're gonna count how many books I need to read that are waiting on my shelves to be read and that I should be reading instead of buying new books. So yeah. So on my very first shelf over there, I haven't read The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Ardern. This is actually the sequel to The Bear and the Nightingale. I didn't get to it for I don't know which reason, because I really want to read it. I think that secretly inside me I want to keep it for the next pattern, but I don't know when it's gonna happen exactly, because Jade is actually working on something different this time with a few sessions and not just only one in February. But I really want to read that one. So Polar fantasy, wintry settings, Russian folklore, yeah. Next we have Storm and Fury by Jennifer Armentrout. I got that book in a box recently, so I didn't get to it because I just have so many other books I need to finish before starting a new one. So, but it has a beautiful cover, very similar to something else I had in the past. So yeah. Then we have that book, In the Nightwood by Dale Bailey, which is a YA fantasy dark one with a couple who is actually mourning the loss of a kid, and the girl is actually, the woman is actually hearing something coming from the wood, and the dad is actually cheating on her, whatever. So it sounds interesting, but soon. Then we have two other books I need to finish. It is actually Queen of Rune by Tracy Bankard, which is a sequel to Fire and something. Grace and Fury instead of Fire something. So I'm really looking forward to it, like a very feminist kind of book. So yeah, and it's a sequel. And the second one is White Stack by Cara Barbieri. It has been on my TBR for a long time. I saw the story on Wattpad and I wanted to support the author, so I got the book, but I haven't read it yet. Then we have Heart of Thorns by Brie Barton. Trust your heart even if it kills you. I don't fucking know what it is about. It is a YA fantasy, I guess.Maybe some kind of love story. That's why I didn't pick it up. And the other one is Contagion by Erin Bowen. It is a sci-fi, YA sci-fi. I forgot the plot again. Help is light, here's a way. Let me check because it sounded super interesting. Oh, it got in us. After receiving an urgent SOS from a work detail on a distant planet, the skeleton crew is dispatched to perform a standard search and rescue mission. Most are dead. Don't see food here again. So it sounded interesting, so yeah. Then we have Sion of the Fox, or Kion of the Fox, Sion, I don't even know, by S.M. Bako. It has something to do with, so it is a YA fantasy, and I think the girl is gonna get saved by some kind of fox spirit or whatever. I don't remember it real well, but a thrilling tale underscored by excellent, deep, and unique world building. So I'm really intrigued by it. A smart, complex, animal-based fantasy. So it has a fox, a wintry setting, so I'm all in for that. Then we have Remember Me by Chelsea Babulski. I just got that book in an unplugged book box. It sounds like a horror-ish kind of thing. It is a YA, so not that horror-ish. And it is the story of a girl who's gonna have a dream about a guy who's actually dead, and they're gonna see another girl that she's... I forgot, but it's horror-ish kind of thing. The past is never far behind. Something happened in her past and she's gonna discover it. So yeah. I'm basically emptying my shelves, which is not good because I have to clean up everything after. Not fun. But Sky Without Stars by Jessica Brody and Joan Randall, which is a retelling of Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. I'm really intrigued by it. I really want to read. It's a chunker, but I will get to it. Then we have The Wolf in the Whale by Jordana Max Brodsky. It has something to do with Native Indian. It's about so many different stuff, desperate to save them. There is a very old story rarely told of a wolf that runs into the ocean and becomes a whale. Born with the soul of a hunter and chosen by the spirit of the wolf, Amat is destined to follow in her grandfather's footsteps, invoking the spirits of the land, the sea, and the sky to protect her people. So I'm really intrigued by it. The wolf on the cover has nothing to do with me buying that book, obviously. Then we have A Natural History of Dragons, a memoir by Lily Trent by Mary Brennan. I'm really intrigued by it. I honestly don't know what to expect from that book, except that it is a YA fantasy, but apparently it's more like a historical fiction than fantasy, so I'm really intrigued, and dragons and memoir, so yeah. And Romanov by Nadine Brandes. A retelling of some kind of the Romanov family, so Anastasia. It is a YA fantasy, I believe, so I'm really intrigued by the book. It is a unique cover as well, because the regular one is black and this one is blue. I got it in a Chefs of Crate box. Then we had The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet and A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. I didn't buy the third book yet because I didn't finish the first one. I didn't even start it, but sci-fi, YA sci-fi, I guess. And so this is actually a series, but the first book has nothing to do with the second book, which is because you don't follow the same characters. But it is apparently LGBTQ and plus, and it's really, I don't know, I'm intrigued. I don't know what it is about anymore, but it says here, atmospheric, immersive, and most importantly, fun to read. I didn't want it to end. More, please. So yeah, and it's raining. If you can hear the rain, I'm sorry for that. Then we have 4 books by the same author. So we have Sia and a Phantom Wolf series. So these ones are from the same series. And then on the other side, you have Token Wolf and Token Vampire. I've read the first one, which is Token Huntress. I really enjoyed it. I want to say that these are paranormal romance adult book. I really enjoyed the writing style. It is raw. I want to say that when you're gonna read about sex, it's gonna be about sex. It's gonna be described as it will be in an adult book, so be aware of that. But it's really interesting. It is so this series about the huntress who's actually there to try to kill vampires and werewolves, and she's gonna get stuck into some kind of plot, and I mean, it's better if you read the synopsis, and she has also other books, whatever, but check her out. She's amazing. Then I have 2 beautiful covers. So I have Master of Sorrows by Justin Cole, and I have The Binding by Bridget Collins. This book has apparently disappointed so many people, so that's why I kept pushing it. And this one, I start to see it everywhere. Like, I saw it this week on a few posts, which is amazing because I'm really intrigued by the book. It says here, Anna B. Breath is determined to become an avatar, but not at any price. So I'm really intrigued. Beautiful covers, beautiful covers. Then we have Annalise Rising by Brenda Drake. I forgot what it was about. It says here, when a stranger gives Annalise Jordan a list of names before he dies, the last thing she expects to see is her own on it. Not cool. Her search for answers leads to the man's grandson, Marek, who has dangerous secrets of his own. Both are determined to unlock the mystery of the list. Intriguing. Then I have What the Wood Keep by Katia de Becerra. Also an horror-ish kind of book. I mean, it sounded darker and twisty. To my daughter, Hayden Bellatrix Holland, on her 18th birthday, I bequest my family estate, known as the Holland Manor, upon 3 conditions. My first condition is that Hayden looks for the gift I left her at the manor. My second condition is that Hayden uses my gifts to destroy my darkest secret. My third condition is that Hayden trusts no one where my treasure is concerned, especially the ravens. So yeah, And the other book I have is We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. I don't know what it is about. I got it in box. I absolutely have no interest in reading it, but I'm keeping it because I have a special cover, and who knows, one day I will maybe read it because I know that some of you have read it and loved it. Then I have All the Wandering Light by Heather Fawcett. This is actually a sequel to Even the Darkest Stories. I really love that book. I think that I keep that book for the pattern. Polar, fantasy, YA, fantasy, wintry settings, amazing characters. There is a little fox in it. Then I have 2 books by Neil Gaiman, Neverwhere and American Gods. So yeah, you know that he's my god. I love him so much. Okay, I think we're getting almost halfway through it. So I have Dreamcatcher by Stephen King. I got it a long time ago. I don't even remember what it is. It is a mass market edition of it. I don't know how come. I think I got it like in a home sense when I was like about to pay for my stuff, whatever, but I don't know. Then I have Deviate by J. Christoph, which is a sequel to Lifelike. I'm planning on reading it soon, I swear. I just didn't have time so far, but I am really intrigued, and it is a YA sci-fi book, which I love sci-fi. It is my favorite genre, and this is kind of, I'm not gonna say retellings of anything or what it made me think of, but so many good vibes from that book. I really love the first book so much. I love the characters, I love the robots, the android, etc. Really intriguing, really interesting, and oh my gosh, I had so many vibes from different stories. So yeah. Then The Storm Crow. This is actually an arc that I got so many months ago, but the book is out now and I didn't read it. I don't know when I will, but I will for sure. I love the cover, by the way. I don't know what it is about. It has something to do with crows. Then Foundricide by Robert Jackson Bennett. I bought it because of the cover, because it sounded interesting. For instance, Sebastian de Castle said, an irresistible adventure that welcomes even non-fantasy fans into its pages, unveiling a remarkable and sophisticated world of magic and intrigue. So I'm really intrigued by it. I forgot what it was about exactly, but I love it. Empress of All Seasons by Emiko Jean, John, whatever. I believe this is a story of a girl who has some kind of family secret, but she is trying to participate in some kind of trial, whatever, but she's not allowed to actually because of that secret that she's keeping, but she will. Oh yeah, in order to become the next Empress of Honoku. I absolutely had no interest in reading that book, but I got it in the box, and this is a special edition. I believe that the cover, the regular cover, is red and this is blue. So yeah, one day. Then we have here The Winter Riddle by Sam Hooker. I'm really intrigued by it. It has a very mean looking Santa on the cover. It has to do with some kind of war, and the witches have to team up with the Vikings and the Frost Giants, and it's Christmas and whatever, the Winter Witch. I don't know what it is about, but it sounds cool. So then Viper by Bex Hogan. I forgot what it was about. 17-year-old Marianne is fated to one day become the Viper, defender of the 12 Isles. Okay, whatever. Okay, YA fantasy. Then I have Sea Witch here by Sarah Henning. The sequel came out. I'm planning on reading that one super soon for the nudes. Normally, I hope so. I don't know. This is a retelling of The Little Mermaid from Ursula's point of view. So beautiful cover. So hopefully soon. My gosh, I have so many unread books. The first one here is The Chosen by Saran Mataru, which I just got last month in an Unplugged Book box. It's on really interesting. It's gonna be a series, I think. Oh no, the author is actually the writer of Novice, whatever. But yeah, it's only interesting. I totally forgot what it was about. But throughout history, people have vanished with no explanation. A group of teenagers is about to discover why. So really interested in. I have Anasa here by Josh Martin. I'm currently reading Ariadne's, the first book, which is basically the story of two chosen ones who have to compete in order to save the people, and blah 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 blah. It's so much more than that, but I'm really enjoying it so far, so hopefully I will get to that one soon. Then I have Night Flyers and Other Stories by George R.R. Martin. Oh my gosh, how come I didn't remember his name? Whatever, sci-fi. And also by him is Fire and Blood, a chunker. I will get to it soon. This is 600 years before Game of Thrones, or 300 years? I don't know, but I have to read it. Then we have Through the White Hood by Jessica Leake. I've read her other book, Beyond the Darkened Shore, which I really love, so I'm going to read her other story because this one has some Russian folklore in it and wintry settings, so I'm all in for that. And Daughter of the Siren Queen by Trisha Levenseller. I finished Daughter of the Pirate King and loved it so much that I'm about to, I'm not about to start that one, but I really want to. So yeah. Then we have Middle Game by Shannon Maguire, the story of two boys created by a guy who's not a father, and the two boys are actually twins, god twins, but they're not actually gods. So I'm intrigued. Shannon Maguire. I hate myself for doing that. So I have here The Kingdom by Jess Rothenberg. So this is happening in a park like Disneyland or whatever. You have androids and the only task is to make your wish come true, kind of thing. And something is gonna change in one of the androids, and maybe two or three, I don't know. But they're gonna start to have feelings, which should not happen. So it is a sci-fi, YA sci-fi. I'm intrigued. Then we have Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I really want to read that one, especially because it is a book that we picked for the Howling pack. I don't know when I will get to it, but I will get to it. It has something to do with a girl growing up in a library, and she has to take care of the books or whatever, and she learned some stuff that are not actually truth, and she has to take care of the books. Because some books, if not treated well, can turn into monsters. So it sounds really intriguing. Then we have The Surface Breaks by Louise O'Neill. I got that book like over a year ago. I didn't get to it. I don't know how come. At this point, I don't even know if I will ever. But this is basically a retelling of The Little Mermaid. The Eye of the North by Sinead O'Hart. I'm keeping that book. I'm saving that book for the Peloton. So it is a middle grade Pala fantasy book. Do you need more? No. It's gonna be awesome. Saving Megan by DJ Palmer. It is an adult book. In one of my other videos I said it was a YA book. No, it is an adult contemporary book, and it has to do with mental illness or health in general. This is a story, if I remember well, of a mother who's trying to save her daughter who is actually sick, but the doctors don't believe the mom and don't believe that the daughter is actually sick, so she has to do everything in order to prove it. Then we have Like a Love Story by Abdi Nazemian. It will be about AIDS and being gay and being seropositive and living in a country that doesn't allow that, and then countries that allow that, and people, how people see it, etc, etc. It is apparently heartbreaking, so I'm really intrigued. We have Nocturna by Maya Motaine. I forgot what it was about, but it is a YA fantasy. It is also a special cover because the regular one is red. So apparently Finn and Alfie's fates collide. They realize magic can be other things too, and the type they accidentally release into the world is something neither of them expects or understands. It's hungry. Then of course I have The Name of the Wind and The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. Chunker, that's why I didn't start them, but I really want to, especially because everyone has been reading them recently. I don't know how come, like a few people have read that series recently. I keep repeating myself, whatever, and I'm really intrigued. It is apparently super slow, and it is the story, like all that, it's about one day, a man's life. I mean, one day in someone's life. So I'm quite intrigued. It's a YA fantasy, I believe. My name is Quad. You may have heard of me. I sure did. And then we have The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. I'm late. Then we have here Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor, the sequel to Stranger Dreamer. Never got to it. I don't know why I keep pushing it. I think that because people said that it was more about romance kind of thing, and I'm just like pushing it to later until I will finally get to it. So this is Beneath the Citadel by Destiny Soraya or Soria, whatever. I forgot what it was about, but it looks so cool that I want to read it. And then Circle of Shadows by Evelyn Sky. I had no interest in getting that book. All my books are crashing down, but I got it in a box, so I will probably hopefully get to it one day soon enough. Then we have Come November by Catherine Van Damme. It has something to do with a group of people escaping some kind of sect or whatever, if I remember well. Yeah, so this is a story of a girl who's gonna try to escape with her brother from some kind of sect because her mom is actually stuck in it and she believes that everything they say is true. The mom actually believes that they're gonna leave her behind on November 17. It sounds interesting. It's a YA fantasy, no, YA contemporary I want to say. And then finally we got to the end. I have Topaz by Rachel Tremblay. I read another book by her, The Umbrella Thread, which I really loved. The writing style is amazing. I love the story, etc. Topaz, free-spirited, ill-fitting heroine in an absurd dystopian fantasy world, does the unthinkable of following her heart through the strangest of portals, revealing the truth of her destiny. But how much will she sacrifice to fulfill it? A colorful, poetic adventure about growth, authenticity, and seeing things to the end. So let's see how many books I have here. I forgot one that was on my bed, so one more. I Just by L.S. Larson, which is a YA fantasy. I want to say almost middle grade, maybe. I have to check it out. But I got that book from the author, so he contacted me and it sounds awesome. First, it is a sci-fi, but also you can read it with the app. So if you don't want to buy the book, you can install the app and read it through the app. It's totally free, but if you want to try and have the full, like the entire experience, you just download the app, get the book, and you can take pictures of it and it's gonna move. Like, it's amazing. That's the future of reading. So in total I have 60 unread books on my shelves. Do I feel bad about it? Yes. Am I happy I have that many books on my shelves? Yes. Am I a mood reader and I wanna have like options? Yes. Should I stop by a book in order to read them first? Yes. So whoops, that's the end of this video. I hope you don't hate me. I hope you're not gonna make me feel ashamed about what I've just filmed. It is me facing the truth about buying too many books and not reading them all little by little, you know, step by step or whatever. I just wanted to be honest with you and film a different video for once. It was fun to do. Now I'm not gonna have fun cleaning them, like putting them on my shelf again. It's not gonna be fun, but that's for you, wolves. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to be a part of the pack. Talk to me in the comment section. Let me know how many unread books you have on your shelves, and I'm talking physical books. I'm not talking about the ebooks. I'm not talking about the books you're planning on reading because they actually saved on Audible or Script or whatever. I'm just talking about the physical books. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna leave you here. So wolves, I love you, take care, and until next time, take care. I already said that. Bye.